Season 6 of The Shy is right around the corner, so it's only right that we take a look back at each individual character and what they went through in Season 5 and how they dealt with it and their future predictions for this new season. We're going to be talking about Kevin Williams in this video and how he was struggling to come with the terms of the bad breakup with Gemma and the fallout with his best friend Jake after he got with Gemma and how he turned all of that around for the better of himself. Now, before we jump into this and break down Kevin Williams from Season 5, if you like the Shy content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions, then hit your subscribe button and turn your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Now, Kevin did eventually find a new girlfriend, Simone, who was supportive and understanding of him, and he also started to focus on his art, which was video games, which he did pretty good with and made some money. So let's go ahead and jump into it. This is Kevin from The Shy, Season 5 catch-up for Season 6. One of the positive moments for Kevin in Season 5 was when he met Simone and they eventually started dating. Now, Simone, she was into astrology and crystals, and Kevin was hesitant about dating Simone in the beginning because he didn't understand her or what her interest was. Eventually, he became appreciative of her and her unique perspective about life, and Simone, she started to help Kevin see that there was more to the world than just what he could see and touch. She also helped him have an open mind and more accepting of other things, especially him pursuing his gaming career. One of the more significant moments in Kevin and Simone's relationship, it happened in an episode called Old Girl. In that episode, Kevin was struggling with his identity as a young black man. He felt like he didn't fit in, whether he was either hood or he was in the square crowd. Simone was helping Kevin, and she said that he didn't have to choose to be between one or the other. He could be both, a black and intelligent young man, both street and educated. Most of the kids in The Shy, they either have one or the other. You see Jake, you see Papa. Kevin was kind of in between the two, and he didn't know which crowd he really went to. And that's where Simone came into play. Kevin and Simone's relationship was also a positive one. They challenged each other to be better people, and they also supported each other through thick and thin. They were a good example of how two people from different backgrounds could come together and build a strong relationship. One of Kevin's biggest down moments in Season 5 was the falling out of him and Jake after Jake started to date Gemma. Now, initially, Kevin was happy for Jake, but he also started to feel jealous when he seen how close Jake and Gemma began to be. He also feels like Jake taking Gemma away from him was a gut punch. His jealousy led to him making a few bad decisions. He also started to be involved in a couple of illegal activities, and he even tried to sabotage Jake and Gemma's relationship. But in the end, Kevin's actions pushed Jake away, and that's where the falling out began. There were a few reasons for Kevin to feel jealous about Jake and Gemma, though. First, it was because he was always close to Jake. He felt like him and Jake were brothers. They always did everything together, and of course, they had their third member, Papa, and they've been through a lot together on top of all of that. So it was natural for Kevin to feel threatened when Jake started to dating someone new, especially Gemma, the one that Kevin was involved with. Now, we know that Kevin always had a crush on Gemma, but he never acted on his feelings, but he always felt attached to her and attracted to her. So seeing Jake with her, as I mentioned before, was a gut punch for Kevin, especially coming from somebody he would consider his brother. Now, we know that Kevin was going through a lot of personal stuff in Season 5. He was struggling with his identity, as we mentioned with Simone. She actually helped him go through that. So he was feeling lost and alone. He wasn't hanging with anybody, and he felt like people were picking different sides. Him and Papa, they weren't really hanging out as much because Papa was cool with Gemma, Papa was cool with Jake, and Kevin really had to come through on his own terms to handle all of this. It was unfortunate that we seen these friends/brothers come to odds, but in the end, they found a way to make it through it, and Kevin and Jake, they did become friends again, back to that brotherlyhood. It was just a moment that Kevin had to deal with, and luckily for Kevin, he had Simone to take his mind off of everything that went down between Jake and Gemma, and we know that they had their own relationship problems, especially dealing with their pregnancy. Kevin's relationship with his mother Nina, it was a complex one in Season 5. But in the previous seasons, we seen Kevin always feeling resentful of his mother Nina, feeling like she abandoned him and his sister Keisha after she left his father and she came out as lesbian. But over time, he started to realize the challenges that his mother Nina faced coming up as a young black woman out the 1990s, and he began to appreciate her strength and resiliency. One of the most significant moments in Kevin and Nina's relationship came in an episode where Kevin was struggling with his identity, as we mentioned with Simone, as he didn't feel like he fit in. but Nina helped him see that he doesn't have to choose one or the other. Now, the relationship still isn't perfect. They still have their disagreements, and they still have a lot to learn from each other, especially after Kevin got into gaming and he had a lot of money. Now, we know Nina and Dre lived together, and they were asking Kevin about his money and where did it come from. Now, Kevin, he's feeling like he's making enough money that he can move out. Of course, he's still Nina's baby, and she doesn't want him to move out. But we're starting to see Kevin evolve into a young man, and he wants to do things on his own, especially since he's generating money. Now, how will their relationship go moving forward into season 6? This is what we're going to have to find out. If there's a time jump, maybe Kevin is getting a lot of money and he's starting to look at things a little bit differently where he can handle his own self. So hopefully this relationship is still good. And if Kevin does move out, I hope Nina and Dre are still someone he can lean on in the event that he needs any kind of help. Kevin and his sister Keisha, they're very, very close. But in season 5, we didn't really see them interact as much as we thought we would. So in season 6, it might be the same way because Keisha, she has moved in with Emmett and they have their own issues that they're dealing with, especially with Tiffany coming in and out their lives. So Kevin and Keisha, as far as the first 4 seasons went, they were always together. They always communicated with each other. We didn't see much of it in season 5. Everyone was really off doing their own thing. Hopefully we see them rekindle that relationship going into season 6. But if not, we know that they have love for each other and they're going to continue to look out for each other, especially since Emmett was kind of one that raised up little Kevin, and Kevin and Emmett have a good relationship also. August 4th, season 6 of The Chi is dropping. So for Kevin, we got a couple of things we need to look forward to. His relationship with Simone. How will they grow from there? Is she going to help him pursue his career in gaming? His relationship with his family? Are they going to still support Kevin even though he wants to do his own thing? Him and Jake, we seen them squash their little beef and become those brothers again. So are they going to still be cool? And Kevin and Jake do everything that they set out to do? And also, what is Kevin's future? Are we going to see him become that young man, that young independent man, and find his true identity? Well, season 6 is around the corner. We will find out. I'm J. If you like breakdowns of this, recaps of The Chi, theories and predictions, then hit your subscribe button and turn your notification bell. August 4th, season 6 of The Chi. So make sure your notification bells are hit because we will be having live after shows for The Chi season 6 coming up after August 4th. I'm thinking we're going to do them either Friday night or Sunday night